It is perfectly clear that Colin Cowherd does not like the city of Philadelphia. He's not fond of it. He doesn't like the city itself. He doesn't like the people. And he certainly does not give credit where it's due when it comes to its sports teams. It's very evident that when Mr. Cowherd speaks of anything related to the city of Philadelphia, he is speaking from a place of resentment. His rhetoric with regard to all things Philadelphia is full of malice, and it's obvious on his television and radio programming. My big question with regard to this particular situation is this. Why, Colin? Why so hard on the Philly fans? I get it, Philly fans are tough, they're unrefined, and most of the times they're unreasonable, but Colin Cowherd's indignant speech toward this city is blinding his proper judgment in covering current sports topics and is costing him leaps and bounds worth of credibility. Now, for me personally, I'm either in the minority or the majority of folks that really respect Colin Cowherd and what he's done in this industry. I think he makes valid points, he's very cerebral, and he presents viewpoints that are unique and different from his colleagues and of those from the other networks. And his usage of analogies are so spot on, it really paints a clear picture of the point he's trying to get across. But with all those pleasantries aside, I've really found myself struggling to consume content that is filled with blatant anti-Philly speech. He's totally discredited the Eagles' Super Bowl victory. He's repeatedly talked trash on the Philly fans. Now, I won't come to the defense of the fans and the shenanigans and their intelligence. Every fan base thinks they're smarter than what they really are, so I'm going to leave the fans out of this. But what I won't give a free pass to is Mr. Cowherd's deliberate discrediting of the Eagles' championship run, and more specifically, his discrediting of the Eagles' victory in the Super Bowl. He's made every excuse possible for New England, and the fact of the matter is New England didn't have it this year. It was the Eagles' year. Colin makes a million excuses for New England falling short in the Super Bowl and claims that, despite how bad the Patriots played and how much the deck was stacked against them, they still only lost by 8. 8 points in a Super Bowl, especially in the past 10 years of Super Bowls. An 8-point margin of victory, well, that's pretty significant. That's a pretty convincing margin of victory with consideration to the last decade of Super Bowl scores. So my theory is this, because it's obvious that Colin's head isn't clear when it comes to the topic of Philadelphia, I've come to the belief that there was at some point in Colin's career where we couldn't cut it in Philly. He got passed up by a company in Philly, or maybe his main competitor came out of Philadelphia, or maybe one of his friends or colleagues got dogged in the city. I don't know, but there's a boulder-sized chip on Colin's shoulder when it comes to Philadelphia, and he doesn't hide it. And the sad part is, he's by far my favorite commentator, analyst, host, journalist. I think the guy's the most gifted on-air talent out there today. But when it comes to the topic of any and everything Philadelphia, you just won't get love from Colin. And the fact of the matter is, his biggest haters are his biggest fans, watching or listening to his program every single day. As always, please feel free to let me know what you think in the comment section below. That is going to do it for me. For Brock Page Productions, I'm Brock Page. Have yourself a positive day and make your own way.